A mother whose daughter took her own life after being exposed to harmful online content is warning more must be done to protect youngsters. Sophie Parkinson from Dundee was just 13 years old when she died. It's just over a month since the UK saw the biggest change to its online safety law. But Sophie's mum, Ruth Moss, who's campaigned for tighter regulations, is warning we could be sleepwalking into new dangers for children. Reem Sattar has been speaking to her.
So how do you describe Sophie?
Oh gosh, where do I start? She was a really beautiful person, a beautiful human being. She was all the things that you'd love about a person. She was funny and kind and gentle. She was a really sensitive person. She was the first person that would be there helping somebody if they needed help. And she was clever. But I remember, in amongst the sadness of the end, I remember lots of laughs as well.
Sophie Parkinson was given a mobile phone at 12 years old. A year later, she took her own life. Her mother, Ruth, found extremely harmful content on her daughter's phone before her death in 2014.
It took me a long time after Sophie died to make any sense of the world again. It's like I have a before and I have an after. My social media feed was full of cat videos, and Sophie's social media feed was full of devastating and horrific material. And it was eye-watering. The things that Sophie saw should never have been seen, and it was that made me very determined to improve the situation. I wasn't going to change things for Sophie, but if it could improve things for another child or another family out there, then that was only going to be a positive. I thought 12 was quite young, but nowadays you see children of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. with mobile phones, and that's just far too young for what's out there.
Well, Ruth is not alone in her fight to make the internet a safer place. She's part of the Bereaved Families for Online Safety group, which led the campaign for the UK's new Online Safety Act. But what are the new regulations? Well, the biggest change is companies operating in the UK must implement age verification methods to check whether the user is under 18. Harmful content must be filtered out of children's algorithms on social media. A named person must be identified who will be accountable for children's safety and annually review how they are managing risks to children on its platforms. Now, both Meta and TikTok have created teen accounts, which is to protect young people on its apps, and say 99% of potentially damaging material is removed. Those involved in online child protection want to see adults engaging in open conversations with their children.
I cannot emphasise enough how different what is appearing on the children's feeds is to what is appearing on your feed or on their parents' and guardians' feed. The children are seeing a completely different range of content. It's very gendered, it's very intense a lot of the time, and the only way that you can understand what's happening on your child's device, with algorithms being the way they are at the moment, is to just be trying to sit next to them and trying to get a window onto their actual feed. And it's a conversation that we have to develop with our child really gently.
For Ruth, steps were taken to protect her daughter online, but says parents are up against trillion-dollar companies.
And I think we could be sleepwalking into a position where people think that the act is done and dusted, that's what it is. And it just isn't like that. We need a lot of politicians and charities and individuals to stand up and say, this was a first step, but we need to keep up with the technology. It felt very much like I'd lost a battle to try and protect my child online, because I had those conversations and I'd done the things that I thought would keep my child safe online, and it hadn't worked.
Reem Sattar, STV News.